Hello. So basically, I wanted to make a tutorial on how to kind of make your own rig. Now, it's obviously going to be like separated into different parts. Like, for example, the next part is going to be about that, about that. Now, in this video, we're going to be making the base of the thing, which is basically the mesh, like the head, the torso, and everything, pretty much, the model. What we're going to do is we're going to do Shift A and then go to Mesh and Cube. Now, set the dimensions to 0.8. This is going to be the head. Now, one thing that I would recommend you doing is doing Control A and then scale. You can also do location or rotation, but why would you? Because there's no reason to really do that. But it really matters the scale because, for example, if now the reason why scale, it's because, for example, if you're trying to add a solidify or bevel modifier, it will be uneven. When I mean uneven, I mean it won't have exactly like the same kind of dimensions. Well, I don't know. That's how I understood it, but yeah, I guess. Anyway, back to the head. Now, of course, you can just change the object name if you want to, so that's easier to find it when you're trying to look for the object. Now, we're going to move the head on the Z location to 2.8. So what we're going to do now is we're going to be adding the material. So you want to click on the cube or head, of course, and you want to go to the material properties, and then you want to click new. Or if you already have a material, you can just click this and then you have the material. So now we're going to name this skin. For here, you can just set it up the same way that other rigs have it. But in this tutorial, I'm going to be turning off the specular. And I'm going to click on this and then click on ambient occlusion. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hover over to this little button next to the color. We're going to click and we're going to click image texture. Now make sure that the interpolation is set to closest, not linear, because then it will become blurry. Now click open, which is basically open image, and find the image you really need. So for me, I'm going to use the Steve skin because, yeah. Now you may see that it's not the way it's supposed to do it. Well, we're going to have to fix the UVs, basically. So we're going to go to edit mode by pressing tab or just hovering over here. And then we're going to make the select mode to face. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. And then what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that you change the editor type to UV editor. So now we're in the UV editor, which is basically the entire image. And this is where we fix all the UVs. Now, if you want to, you can use Snap, which is pretty useful. Now, technically, you don't really need it, but I just use it because it's a lot better. And if it's like this, then you can just do Shift S and select it to pixels. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the UV and basically scale it down so that it's basically an 8x8 UV. Now, as you can see, it's completely wrong and not the way it's supposed to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to rotate the UV to about 90 degrees, and then we're going to do select it to pixels. So yeah, we have the front face now. Anyway, we're going to do the other face, which is going to be this one. So yeah, to make it a lot quicker, you can press R and then type 90, and then it will rotate it perfectly. So yeah, you don't have to basically manually rotate it like this. And then I'm gonna pretty much do the same thing over here. Now we're going to do the top of the head and the bottom part of the head. So basically, we're going to select the top, and we're going to basically rotate this to 180 degrees. So basically like this. And then we're going to move this, and yeah. So if you move this down, you should see the face like right over here. I'm pretty sure that's the way how it is. Now we're going to do the bottom part. And for this one, you want to rotate it to 180 degrees. And then we're going to move this and this. And there you go. We pretty much have the head done. So now we're going to do the body. We're going to shift D this. And we're going to set the dimensions to 0.8, 0.4, and 1.2. And then we're going to move this down to about 1.8. So yeah, now as you can see, it's pretty cursed, but don't worry, we're going to fix it. We're going to fix it. So we're going to select the front part, and we're going to move it to here. And then we're just going to move this down. And you just want to repeat the same process. One useful thing that you could do is if you press slash, it makes it so that it only focuses on the object that you selected, which is pretty useful when it comes to like making models or something like that. And we're done with the torso. Oh yeah, and Control A and scale. If you need to, like, it's not exactly important, but if you're adding solidify or bevel, then again, it will be uneven, like I said. Now we're going to do the arms. So we're going to shift E, and then move this to about minus 0.6, I guess, or 0.6. And then we're going to set the X dimension to 0.4. And then we're just going to pretty much do this, because, yeah. There we go. Oh, wait. There we go. Okay. My bad. Now we're going to do the bottom part, and this time it's going to be a little bit more different. So we're going to press S and X to scale it along the X axis. And then we're going to set it to -1. And I believe this is how it should be. Oh yeah, I should actually rename the stuff. There we go. We're going to now duplicate the arm. Might as well just apply scale. And we're going to go to edit mode and move this to here. And we have the arms. Now we're going to do the legs, and all we really need to do is just press Shift D, and then yeah, that's literally it. That's it. And yeah, we have the base model. Hooray. One thing that you can kind of do for the arms is you can rotate the arms. This one to -90, and this one to 90 degrees. And make this as like the default pose. Now, if you want to, you can just keep it like this, but for me, I'm gonna keep it like this. Because, yeah. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, that's how you basically make the base model of the Minecraft rig. So yeah, I hope you like this tutorial. So goodbye.